Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, FTZ, an opportunity to optimize your supply chain. My name is Ned Blinick, and I'm the Chief Product Officer at Third Wave. And we want to thank you for taking the time to attend this webinar this afternoon. This is a very timely issue given the current state of flux that international trade is undergoing. And finding ways to mitigate the cost is an important driver for any organization. And FTZs provide an opportunity to reduce the cost and mitigate risk and effort. We are delighted to bring you this educational webinar. As part of our corporate philosophy, we feel very strongly about providing our communities with educational information that will help them plan and execute their global business more effectively and efficiently. This is part of an ongoing series of webinars that Third Wave has presented to the trade compliance community over the past several years. Many of the past webinars are available on our Third Wave YouTube channel. This webinar is scheduled to last for 1 hour. The actual presentation will take between 40 to 45 minutes, and we will have about 15 minutes for questions. If you have a question, please type it in the question area provided. Before I introduce our presenter, Shana Head, I want to mention a few words about Third Wave. Third Wave is a global supply chain solution that supports all aspects of global trade from purchasing through sales and finance. As part of the global supply chain, trade compliance and global transportation are critical functions, and we provide a suite of product that supports and automates these operations. Trade compliance and global trade are complex and getting more so. At Third Wave, our mission is to simplify all aspects of trade compliance, and that includes FTZ management. FTZs have a lot of promise in helping organizations optimize their supply chain. It is its own special area of trade compliance, and any organization that undertakes it needs to understand how it fits into their overall supply chain strategy. The agenda for this webinar is to provide you with a guide through the FTZ process. Just as a matter of, a procedure, we just want to mention that any of the information here is not legally binding, and that if you have any questions, we would love to hear from you. But if there are any uncertainties that you would like to have clarified, we suggest that you consult the appropriate resources. Now to our presenter. Shana is Director of FTZ Managed Services at Indigo Trade Solutions. And Indigo Trade Solutions is a full-service consulting firm specializing in FTZ management. Shana is an Accredited Zone Specialist with over 13 years of experience in the FTZ program. She began her FTZ career as an FTZ administrator for a global industry-leading home furnishings specialty retailer. And during her tenure there, she helped provide their FTZ program and assisted in setting up their 3 regional distribution centers as FTZs. From there, Shana moved into a management position for a global healthcare company where she served as a corporate SME, updated corporate policies and procedures, and assisted in operating both distribution and manufacturing zones for the company. Shana has been with Indigo Trade Solutions since 2016, where she provides FTZ consultation and oversees the compliance and management of FTZ specialists who complete the daily FTZ administration for global companies who prefer to outsource that function. Shana, I'm turning it over to you, and thank you for this presentation in advance.
Thank you, Ned, and thank you to everyone joining us to look at how to optimize your supply chain with an FTZ. Before we get into the heart of today's presentation, I will provide a very high-level overview of what an FTZ or foreign trade zone is. There is a very diverse audience on the webinar, and I want to ensure everyone has a general understanding of what an FTZ is and the benefit the program offers. So by formal definition, a foreign trade zone is a geographical area located in or near a customs port of entry. So what does that mean? A foreign trade zone can be a warehouse, a distribution center, it can be a manufacturing plant. I even have seen land that has been designated as a foreign trade zone where the company knew that they would be building a facility in the future. So they wanted to go ahead and get the land designated. It's where imported and domestically sourced products are considered to be outside the U.S. Customs territory. A foreign trade zone is authorized by the Foreign Trade Zones Board. You are required to follow the regulations of U.S. Customs and Border Protection, or CBP. And CBP also supervises the foreign trade zones once they become activated to ensure that you are following those regulations. In a foreign trade zone, there are no formal customs entry procedures that apply.